Good morning students. Welcome to Adarsh Vidyalaya Matriculation online class. Standard 8, Subject Science, Unit 8, Conservation of Plants and Animals. Students, today's topic is Red Data Book. The Red Data Book is a type of document published by IUCN. IUCN stands for International Union for Conservation of Nature. The Red Data Book is a type of document which keeps the records of rare and endangered species of animals, plants, fungi, and some local subspecies. This book provides complete information about all the endangered species of observational studies and monitoring programs. The Red Data Book contains color-coded information sheets like black for species which are extinct, red for species that are endangered, and so on. They are arranged according to the extinction risk of many species and subspecies. The advantages of this Red Data Book is it helps to evaluate the population of a particular species. The data given in this book can be used to evaluate the species at the global level. The risk of a species becoming globally extinct can be estimated with the help of this book. It provides guidelines for implementing protective measures for endangered species. The disadvantages of this Red Data Book is the information available in the Red Data Book is incomplete. Many extinct species are not updated in this book. The source of this book's data has been speculated. This book maintains the complete record of all animals, plants, other species, but it has no information about the microbes. Next is conservation. According to World Wildlife Fund, over the past 40 years, there has been 60% of decrease in the size of population of wildlife such as birds, fishes, reptiles, amphibians, etc. In order to leave something for future generation, we need to conserve it now. Conservation is the protection, preservation, management of wildlife and natural resource such as forest and water. There are two types of conservation. They are in situ conservation and ex situ conservation. First, let's study about in situ conservation. In situ conservation means protecting the wildlife at their own habitat. This is achieved by establishing national parks, wildlife or bird sanctuaries, and biosphere reserves. In India, there are about 73 national parks, 416 sanctuaries, and 12 biosphere reserves. National parks. A national park is an area which is strictly reserved for protecting and conserving wildlife. Here, forestry, grazing, cultivation are not allowed. The national parks cover an area of 100 to 500 square kilometers. In these parks, a single plant species or single animal species is reserved. The national park which are located in India are Jim Corbett National Park, Uttarakhand, Dudhwa National Park, Uttar Pradesh, Gir National Park, Gujarat, Kanha National Park, Madhya Pradesh, and Sundarbans National Park, West Bengal. The national parks situated in Tamil Nadu are Gindi National Park, Chennai, Gulf of Mannar National Park, Ramanathapuram, Indira Gandhi National Park, Coimbatore, Mudumalai National Park, the Nilgiris, Mukurthi National Park, the Nilgiris. The next is wildlife sanctuaries. A sanctuary is a reserve for conserving animals only. The harvesting of timber, the collection of forest products and private ownerships are allowed here. Tourist activities also allowed. In Tamil Nadu, the following wildlife sanctuaries are situated. Megamalai Wildlife Sanctuary, Theni District. Vandalur Wildlife Sanctuary is found in Chennai District. Kalakkad Wildlife Sanctuary is present in Tirunelveli District. Grizzled Squirrel Wildlife Sanctuary is situated in Virudhunagar District. And Vedanthangal Wildlife Sanctuary is situated in Kanchipuram District. Next is Biosphere Reserves. The Biosphere Reserves is an area where humans also form a part of that system. The area of these biosphere reserves will be around 5,000 square kilometers. They conserve the ecosystem. These areas are set up mainly for economic development. The biosphere reserves found in India are Nanda Devi Biosphere Reserves present in the Uttar Pradesh, Nokrek is present in Meghalaya, Manas in Assam, Sundarbans in West Bengal, Gulf of Mannar in Tamil Nadu, Nilgiri in Tamil Nadu, Great Nicobars and Similipal in Orissa. Next, let's study the advantages of in situ conservation. Species can be adapted to their own habitat. Species can interact with each other. Natural habitat is maintained. It is less expensive and easy to manage. Interests of indigenous people are protected. Next, ex situ conservation. It is the conservation of wildlife outside their habitat. Establishing zoos and botanical gardens, conservation of genes, seedling and tissue culture are some of the strategies followed in this method. Let's see one by one. Botanical gardens. It is a place where flowers, fruits and vegetables are grown. These places provide a healthy and calm environment. Zoological parks. The zoological parks are the areas where wild animals are conserved. In India, there are about 800 zoological parks. Tissue culture. Tissue culture is a technique of growing plant cells, tissues, organs, seeds or other plant pots in a sterile environment on a nutrient medium. Seed bank. The seed bank preserves dried seeds by storing them in a very low temperature. The largest seed bank in the world is the Millennium Seed Bank in England. Cryobank. It is a technique by which a seed or embryo is preserved at a very low temperature. It is usually preserved in liquid nitrogen at minus 196 degrees Celsius. This is helpful for the conservation of species facing extinction. Advantages of ex situ conservation. It prevents the decline of species. Endangered animals can be breeded in these ways. Threatened species are breeded and released in natural environment. It is useful for conducting research and scientific work. So students, in today's class we have learned about the Red Data book, the advantages and disadvantages of Red Data book, the types of conservation, that is in situ conservation. In situ conservation, the wild animals are grown, protected within their own habitat. For protecting animals in their own habitat, government established national parks, wildlife sanctuaries and biosphere reserves, in which we have studied the national parks, wildlife sanctuaries and biosphere reserves which are present in India as well as Tamil Nadu. And another type of conservation is ex situ conservation. In ex situ conservation, the animals are protected outside the habitat through botanical gardens, zoological parks, tissue culture, seed bank, cryobank. Then also we have studied about the advantages of in situ conservation and ex situ conservation. Thank you.